Now, one of the the key figures that we've often talked about during that period was, of course, the Shaheed Bhai Jaswant Singh Kalra. This was the gentleman who fought so hard to highlight the extrajudicial killings that occurred during the 1980s and 1990s, and he collated an enormous amount of evidence pointing to the perpetrators of those mass murders of the young Sikh generation across that time. And for his troubles and for highlighting, he stood up, of course, in front of the Canadian Parliament to highlight to the Western world for the first time just what India, the Indian state, had been up to, this mass murder, this genocide of the Sikh population in the Punjab at the time. He himself was extrajudicially killed. He was kidnapped by the police and he was tortured and then he was murdered and he was martyred, he was shaheeded. And so, of course, as we've talked about on regular occasions, there is a film being made about this called Punjab 95, starring, yes, Diljit Dosanjh. And there's been a lot of controversy about this story. This film, which has been put together, has really struggled to be produced because, of course, it's tried to tell the real story, the truth about what happened during that period, and, of course, the truth about the man himself, about Shaheed Singh Kalra. And what he fought for, what he represented, particularly because he was a very strong advocate for Khalistan. That is a message that they are trying so hard to bury. But this film was all about, the whole purpose of this film was to try to highlight the fact that he was a Khalistani, highlight the fact that so many of the Sikh youth were murdered in cold blood through extrajudicial killing. So, of course, the Indian state has been fighting tooth and nail to stop this message, this narrative being portrayed in this film. How the censors have been working overtime to force cuts to this film, to even change the name of the actual main person, Singh Kalra himself, to try and fudge the fact that it was about Kalra, and even change the name of Punjab 95 to something else, again to try and distract from the truth of what it was all about. But anyway, of course it did star Diljit Dosanjh. Now this character is somebody who I showed just a few days ago, cozying up to Narendra Modi. He has received a lot of critical comments about his cozying up to Modi, and of course accusations of being a false Sikh and this sort of stuff. Well, he did announce, and of course we've now finally got to this point of the release of this film. Diljit Dosanjh posted up on X, yes, the release date is in February. He was not more specific than that, and indeed across Indian media, the Godi media, they said yes, the film's coming up, and there's a lot of sort of fanfare saying this great film is going to be released. Well, immediately you've got to be suspicious. Well, why would the Godi media be so celebrating about a film that's actually going to highlight something that is a dirty stain on Indian history?